Warm weather.
Good afternoon, Utah. So far, it's been a pretty nice day across the state as we've been closing out this work week. We have our winds out of the southwest, and we've seen a good amount of sunshine. As we move through the afternoon, though, we will start to notice a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage as a weak disturbance is going to be working its way through, and that will ultimately result in a slight chance for a few showers in northern Utah, mainly for areas along and north of I-70. We also can't rule out a few thunderstorms, but the main thing that we're watching for is this upper-level low pressure that you see off the Pacific coast. This system is working its way in our direction at this point. And over the weekend, it's going to result in a good chance for showers. It's also going to send through a cold front. So Sunday is going to feel like a completely different season compared to what we're seeing out there right now. We'll talk more about that in just one moment. In the meantime, here's what it currently looks like. Red Cliffs Lodge in Moab, where we're seeing a lot of mid-level and high-level clouds, but really pretty nonetheless, as that temperature is currently sitting at 58 degrees in southeastern Utah and Moab. Here's the current view overlooking Utah State University in Cache Valley, where we have the snow-capped mountains, blue sky, and don't forget, the Aggies will take their part in March Madness this evening. Can't wait to see what the Aggies do tonight. Temperatures will be hanging out in the 50s right now for most locations. We have plenty of spots still in the 40s, while St. George and Salt Lake are both sitting at 60 degrees. Daytime highs will mainly range in the 50s and 60s across the state, which is good for about 5 to 15 degrees above average, depending on where you are. And there will be a few spots in southern Utah that see daytime highs in the 70s, like Moab, Lake Powell, and St. George. And if everything comes together, there is a chance that we do hit 70 degrees in Salt Lake City, which would feel very spring-like, while in the Wasatch Back, daytime highs will mainly be in the 50s. Outside of any chance of wet weather, northern Utah will mainly see partly cloudy to partly sunny skies, and that will continue to be the case as you make your way into central and southern Utah. But most of the cloud coverage by the time you make your way south of I-70 will be in the form of high clouds, as we see a daytime high of 69 in Hanksville, and we'll get to 54 degrees in Bryce Canyon this afternoon. Here's your high temperature trend over the next several days. Well above average today, right around 70 degrees in Salt Lake. Will still be above average on Saturday, but that's a little bit misleading. It all depends on what time the front moves through. Ahead of the front, we'll likely see a temperature in the 60s in Salt Lake, and then those temperatures fall off pretty quickly. And Sunday, Monday into early next week, daytime highs will mainly be about 5 to 10 degrees below average, a pretty big temperature swing as we move through the next 72 hours. So let's go ahead and begin the Futurecast. We'll start this at noon today, where things have been fairly quiet to this point, but the chance of wet weather will begin to ramp up a little bit in northern Utah. At 5 o'clock, we'll have that chance for isolated showers and a few rumbles of thunder, with only a slim chance for those of you south of I-70. As we go from tonight into tomorrow morning, relatively dry skies ahead of our next cold front that moves in. Will be knocking on our doorstep by 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We will see some pretty strong winds ahead of this front. Then the chance for showers will be increasing across the state, most notably from the afternoon into the evening as the front traverses across the state. Mainly going to be valley rain and mountain snow, but those snow levels will begin to drop as we go from Saturday night into Sunday as that cold front moves away. Again, still mainly valley rain and mountain snow, but given the potential for some heavy precipitation, and if we do see those showers during the early morning, there's at least the potential that we could see some snow in some of our valleys. Again, not a guarantee, but that potential can't be ruled out. And ahead of that front, we'll see those strong winds, high wind watch for Juab County down through Iron County, as we could see some gusts tomorrow on the magnitude of 60 miles per hour. Here's a look at the Futurecast snow through the weekend. Most mountains could see several inches plus, with the Cottonwoods maybe seeing between 8 to 16 inches of snow. And for our mountain valleys, trace to 3, locally up to 6 in places like Park City, while our valleys could see exclusively rain, or if we do see some snow, then some minor accumulations can't be ruled out. In St. George, we'll go from the middle 70s today to the upper 60s tomorrow, then to the upper 50s on Sunday. Temperatures will begin to moderate into next week, but we stay slightly unsettled with a chance for some wet weather on Tuesday, and then another good chance arrives on Thursday. Along the Wasatch Front, slight chance for today. Very mild temperatures will be in the low 60s before the front arrives tomorrow, with a good chance of valley rain, mountain snow, then isolated to scattered showers through the first half of next week, with highs right around 50, overnight lows in the mid-30s. Relatively quiet on Wednesday before our next system arrives next Thursday. Brian?